I want to talk about a little bit of self-promotion. And it is relevant to The Simpsons and video games because I am going to really quickly talk about my book called Bart versus My Hopes and Dreams, looking back at 30 years of video games based on The Simpsons. Now, this is a book I released back in 2021 as an ebook on a website called itch.io. But as you can see here, now here in the year 2024, it is now a paperback that you can physically hold in your hands. Look at that. Ooh, you can flip through and read all about my adventures with Simpsons video games, and read about every single Simpsons video game ever made. That was my purpose. That's why I wrote this book. Look at that. I wrote this book because for like 20 years, I wanted to hold this book. I wanted to have a book where I could just read about every Simpsons video game ever made. So I wrote that book finally. I just said, I'll just do it. I'm tired of waiting. So I did it. I wrote the book about every Simpsons game ever. It's the only book that exists on this subject too. So that's exciting. And now, because of, thanks to Amazon.com and their self-publishing powers, I have done that. I have self-published this book on Amazon. It is a paperback you can buy. It's also an ebook. If someone wants to buy the ebook on Amazon instead of on itch.io, it's also on Amazon now. And yeah, here you're looking at a couple of photos of that. So you can see Ralph is super excited about my book. Thank you, Ralph. You can see there a little sample from within the book, a little screenshot from Bart versus the Juggernauts. This young lad displays a healthy interest in money. You bet I do, buddy. I'm promoting this book, which is for sale. And let's go ahead and flip over to that aspect of this real quick. Hi, Homer. But no, we were going to open this up. There you go. That's the Amazon.com page. Yeah, the paperback in the US, in USD, is $15. You might think like, oh, that's kind of pricey for a book. And that's because books, like, what do you know? Like, printing a book, a fat book like that, a lot fatter than I expected it would be too. You know, when you write these things in a digital document, who knows how many pages it's going to be? But in the end, yeah, it turned out to be a little fatty, little fatty of 372 pages. But yeah, what do you know? It costs money to print a book, which is why the ebook, as you can see there, is only $3, but the paperback's $15, which I hope is still a reasonable price for folks who are thinking about like, do I want a physical version of this book? If you do, I promise you, it's a neat thing to have on your shelf among your other video game readables. That's what you call them, right? Readables, your readables collection. But yeah, now you can have a copy of this book as well. So there you go. That's me promoting this book that I just recently published. I think it's neat and it's out there and you can pick up a copy today. Thanks for listening.